Hello everyone, it is that time again with Grey Eminence where we have a new dev diary. This one is getting into it's a long dev diary. I got arthritis writing notes for this one. It took me like an hour, but this is a beefy boy, and we're just going to break down religions, idiosyncrasies, different kinds of stances, like with, there's no abortion in the medieval era, but there is divorce, which is a very saucy topic. So we're going to break down all of that, get into it, and I'm going to give you my take on it, and there's just a lot to get into. Religions are composed of denominations, which are then composed of doctrines, stances, and idiosyncrasies. These doctrines determine religious structure, like gender, marriages, and membership, and then clerical structure is the doctrine that determines how organized the faith is. Clerical structure is kind of the framework of the religion, whereas doctrines are really the meat and potatoes of kind of what makes up your religion and the overall flow and structure and, I guess, taste as an example of your religious makeup. Folk religions tend to be unorganized with no formal clergy. Unorganized religions are easy to dominate, and there are no central religious leaders with these very disorganized religions to oppose reformation and conquest, but it is much harder to educate the populace due to that lack of a central clerical body. Shinto is an example of an autonomous denomination. Their clergies are localized without a religious head and prone to corruption, so they're a very middle-of-the-road religion where there is a clergy, but there is no head of faith, and it is quite a bit hard to get things going, so to say. Orthodoxy is semi-autonomous and organized at the county level, and churches can be independent with their own priests, and clergy elites are capable of accumulating and losing power. And then on the very next tier of organization at the highest is Catholicism, and it is one of the most centralized faiths. It is international, has numerous doctrines, and has a head of faith. Denominations have stances on living that can be accepted or ignored by individual countries. Depending on the size and power of defiant countries, schisms can occur if the clergy does not intervene. Divorce is a stance that can be spiritually approved, allowed, or forbidden, and if you are specifically intent on getting a divorce, you may just want to chop off your wife's head and then form your own religion, a la Anglicism, though I don't necessarily recommend that, but it's kind of a power flex, really, if you think about it. Now, annulment is a very powerful tool at your disposal because it considers children of marriages illegitimate, and this in turn can spark succession wars depending on how large the kingdom is, which in turn will cause a lot of problems for said religion if it gets out of hand. Spiritually approved divorces are approved by clergies and are different because they can be taxed by the clergies. So if you want to get a divorce and perhaps you are in a spiritually approved religion, I don't know if Shinto is one, but we'll just say it as an example, they may require things like perhaps favors or a form of money, just some kind of payment that makes the divorce acceptable in their eyes. So that is spiritually approved. Idiosyncrasies are typically more voluminous or more varied in nature than doctrines, and they are usually restricted to certain religions, and they also provide a lot of flavor. Baptism, legalism, human sacrifice, and pacifism unlock events, behaviors, and interactions, and they are examples of idiosyncrasies, as well as monasticism, which is central to Catholicism and some Eastern beliefs like Buddhism. And monasticism provides an increase of education and technology through the construction of monasteries, which is a very powerful tool at your disposal. Additionally, Reformations seek to keep denominations intact, while heresies are much more cataclysmic and emerge as new branches. Top-down reform originates from high places of power, such as monarchs, while bottom-up change begins with insignificant characters like preachers. Schisms can be reversed, unlike heresies, which are entirely new branches, and all of these changes, just surmise, are very, very impactful, I think. I use that word a lot, but this really is. The devs are genuine here when they say that religion is a very diverse system, and it offers a lot to the game. It reminds me a lot of Holy Fury, honestly, and kind of a combination of CK3's new culture system. I feel like this is really what the Royal Court could have been, with how dynamic and alive. I haven't played the game myself. I don't even know if it's in a beta yet, but it feels like the devs are trying to go for a much more living world, a living and thematic world with religions here. There are different organizations of clergies. They can interact with each other. The clergies are also very dynamic in nature, and schisms can even occur led by the player, it seems like. So I think this has a lot of potential going forward, but I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about it regards to modding and all of that other stuff. So let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you liked the video by leaving a like and subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to stay updated for more Grey Eminence updates. It takes me a considerable amount of effort to compose, edit, and write the script down in my little book for these videos. So let me know if you guys, again, enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys later for another Grey Eminence update. All right. Love you guys.